Hi, welcome to Tea Time with Amie and Bev.
Good day. Ooh, you're like ready for this day.
Like, wait, I don't know. Anyway. Strike a pose. I don't know.
So that's an older song. So it's been a bit. You could do it any way you want to, and I'm gonna believe it. So that's exactly what they were doing.
I get up and do the Running Man. Just saying, but I'm not.
It's just not happening. So how's it going?
Who asked first?
Oh, we both said it at the same time. It's going good. It's going good.
It is going good. Let's see. Yeah. I started my 5-day meditation challenge today. So that started just before this.
Oh, I like it. That's your That's your program, right? I was gonna say, who's doing this? It's you.
It's me.
I probably should have been signed up for that.
No gold star for you this week.
Can you still sign up?
No, but yes. Okay. So I'm learning the back office stuff. So let me tell you what, people. Being a solopreneur, I can't even say it. Entrepreneur is hard enough to say when you say solopreneur. So yeah, I hired somebody to help me with some stuff. And it's all figuring it out, right? Because there's so many programs out there, and even, like website designers, they're working with a lot of different programs. And so they get, a lot of times I'm learning this, right? Because I hired this lady to help me. They have to learn the program that you want to use.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like you go through this trial and error basis. What it does, what it doesn't do, and so you got to figure out how you're going to work with it or work around it. And so yesterday somebody was trying to sign up and it wouldn't let them sign up because I had this one little thing entered in there, and I had to go in and change it. But it was allowing you to, the way I changed it is allowing you to sign up like 15 minutes before the program started.
Gotcha.
Now that the program started, nobody can sign up. So now I got to go in there and play with it because people can sign up throughout this, because there's recordings, replays that they can watch.
Perfect.
And it's in the Facebook group, a private Facebook group. But I have to figure out how to let all that happen. And
well, it sounds to me like it's going to go perfectly now, because it just happened so we would have this conversation, because someone else besides myself, or maybe it was just for me, needs to see it as well.
Yeah. And so it's learning, like, and this is what I learned in 2020, and I was so thankful for it. I was so open to learning, and I was for so long in my life closed off to that. And now when something comes up like this, like in my past years of craziness, I would have been just beside myself, like, oh my God, they didn't get it right. I didn't get it right. People can't still sign up. What am I going to do? Right? In freak out mode. But now I'm like, okay, well, I know I'm not the only one person in this planet who's having this experience or has had this experience. There's a way to work around it. We just got to figure it out, and it's okay. It's like whatever I learn now is going to be beneficial moving forward for the next one, right? And so it's and really, besides you, the people that are signed up are the people that need to be there. So we'll get you signed up, Bev.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Because I do practice it, but it's not for me. My recommendation, because what works for me, is it helps to add a little bit of extra. And if you're already doing it, add some more. Take some more time for yourself. And well, and I think that's a lot of what's going on with energies and stuff right now, anyways. And it helps. I saw something the other day. It's like you realize how much things don't bother you when you meditate regularly. Like,
Right.
because you're on a different path. And it's like, to me, that should be plenty of motivation for many people. And it's certainly is a motivation for myself, because it's our path. It's your choice. You can stress out and freak out and do all this crazy stuff all the time and make yourself miserable, or you can choose to slow down. Your foot could hurt, so it slows you down. You could, I'm just saying, there's always a reason behind these things, that when they show up in your experience, and you can choose to ignore these messages. Oh, please, I need your help. I need some help around here. I need help. I need help. And then it just like shows up. Well, we're doing meditation this week. Is it a free class?
Yeah.
So it's a free sign up course, and it helps to guide you. So if you're struggling with it, do it. If you're not struggling with it and you want to do it, do it. If you already do it anyways. Like, to me, it's a bonus. And you get to learn new stuff from someone else, because, I've learned with some people, they're not a good or a bad person. They're a template, right? They're just an example. And you're a template. You're an example to everybody else, so they can choose to do it or not do it.
And then, like you said, even if you have a practice, that there might be something that I do that you've not heard of yet.
Absolutely.
I teach from experience.
Yeah.
And so, and you might do things that I've not heard of, which could be shared in the group, right? And so, it could be, oh yeah, Amie, I've listened to you for these 5 days, and I've heard the way you do it and the different ways you can do it, but none of them's really working for me. But this is what I do for myself, and this works. And I'd be like, sweet, if you got a practice that works, then do that, right? I'm not here to tell you to do it differently. I'm here to say this is what worked for me, for anybody who's really getting started. But at the same time, even if you're experienced with meditation, I might present something new. I don't know. And I might not. I don't know. It's just but it may not, you may show up and it might not be anything about meditation that you needed to hear from me. Right? Because today was the first day. So tea time comes out on Thursday. We record on Tuesday. So Tuesday was the first day of the meditation challenge. And I talked about past stuff, future stuff, anxiety, depression. Like, I talked about a lot of stuff that affects a meditation practice. And so maybe that's something that you needed to hear. May not have been anything about the practice or the exercise that I presented today. It could have been just the conversation I was having, right?
Yeah.
So just being open to receiving. If you signed up for something, you signed up for it for a reason. If you're with somebody, you're with them for a reason. If you're having an experience, it's for a reason. It's extracting, and you may not get it in the moment. There's times I don't get it in the moment, but later I'll look back and go, oh, okay, now I understand. And that's okay. It's just being open to information that's coming to you for a reason. Could be preparing you for something that's coming, right?
Well, I feel like something is coming, but it's an opportunity to enhance your journey. It's an opportunity to be open. It's an opportunity to listen. There's a million possibilities that you can think of. It's just however you want to kind of latch onto it, or however you want to look at it that feels beneficial for yourself. It's an opportunity to take some time for yourself, period.
Yep.
Excuse me, family. I'm going into this group, and it has to be very quiet. It's an opportunity.
Right.
So
that's self-care.
That's right.
What? Self-love?
You do this and it reminds me of Bibby. You remind me of my granddaughter.
Ah, you're welcome.
That's right. That's your kid. You're showing your inner child.
That's right. Get more and more into her too.
I totally get this.
So what does that mean to you? You're being more in your inner child?
More playful, more like you catch yourself. And it's easy to recognize the examples when you have grandbabies or children around, because then you catch yourself doing the same behaviors. So that's another opportunity. You can sit there and look at it and think, oh my God, these kids are so crazy and annoying. I wish they had their energy. I wish they would just calm down. It's like, no. for me, it's like, oh my God, they're being so crazy and fun, and look at all their energy. They're like electricity, and we can feel all this. But it's, so for me, it's just it's more of a playful thing. And it's a reminder when, if something doesn't feel good, throw a little temper tantrum. You don't have to do it publicly, but you can do it to where you let go of those energies, which we've talked about before. It's like feeling the emotions, because that's huge. Right now, if you're wanting to evolve and stuff, you're gonna have to sit and feel some stuff. And it's okay, but feel it and let it go. But the inner child stuff is just being playful. It's having fun. It's feeling the moment, and then you're over it real quick. They don't sit and hang on to stuff. They don't sit and think, well, shit, my mom didn't give me a bottle like 2 hours ago. What's going on here? Like they don't process things that way. It's an immediate thing right now. So that helps us. To me, that's present. That's being present all the time, all the time. Which
Yeah.
I heard a comment yesterday. I heard a comment yesterday on this podcast that a friend had sent to me, and I'm listening to it. It was pretty knowledgeable. And she said something. She says, I talk to myself and I talk to the past, and the past is like telling me, hey man, just leave me where I belong. You don't need to bring me to the present. Stay in the present right now, and quit. What did she say? Quit futuring. Quit futuring everything. So it's like it was kind of cool, the way her outlook on it, and it's true. It's all right to look at the stuff and feel it an emotional thing, but not have an attachment to it, and then let it go.
That's good. I like that. Quit futuring, quit pasting.
Yeah, quit fasting.
Yeah, we were
Like
around.
the past is saying, behind, let me go, leave me behind.
Let
We
it
already lived that.
go,
So we talked
man.
about that before. We've already been in that chapter.
Yeah.
It's easy. I mean, I've recognized, but something I've recognized too is I want my vibration to go higher. I want my frequency to go higher. I want to be more evolved. However we want to say it, I'm sure you'll have different ways of saying it too. And I can't be there if I'm in the past. I can't be there if I'm reading chapter 4 over and over and over again. You can't. You can never move past that chapter if you just don't let it go. And it's like, that's something huge right now, that I'm just learning to let things go when it shows up. Okay, asking the questions, why is it showing up for me? Why is it in my experience? Just like you were saying, there's always a reason. There's a reason you're in that relationship. There's a reason that that experience happened. There's a reason that whatever's going on in your life, there's always a reason. We just can't always see it right now. But that, until you step a little bit further away from it, then you start seeing a bigger picture.
Yeah, and that bigger picture can be amazing.
And it is. Just like everything that's going on right now, everyone can look at stuff and think that it's so horrible and all the stuff that's going on. But that horrible, what we would classify as horrible or bad, is helping us to ask for more. It's helping us to ask for something different. It's helping us to ask for something better, something that feels better.
And it's okay to ask for that.
It is.
Just saying.
You are worthy.
You are, look into my eyes, you are worthy. So yeah, so July 4th, we were around some kids, right? And
Yeah.
just observing. And this one little guy, so cute. He he had that I don't know what to call it, like focused, determined, gotta go get it done. So he's kind of, when he walked, kind of was hunched over, and he got his little arms up, and he's just
On a mission.
like he wasn't angry or anything, and he would just look at us as he passed by and give us a little grin and those little eyes, right? And then he just focused. And then the next second he was focused on something else. And he was just so busy. He was a busy little guy. He was just all over and passing us and looking at us. And I just was watching him, and it was just and they had a moment of an issue over a toy, moment was done, moved on, right? Now they're all doing something else. And it was constant. And I'm going to do this, and now I'm going to go do this, and now I'm going to go play over here, and oh, I got to go over here, right? It was just all over, and just having a great time, being curious, um, having fun, wanting to be with the other kids, wanting to share, wanting not to share. So it's just like observing all of it. And the fun, right? Remembering the fun.
And the curiosity, you said that, that's, to
Yeah.
me, that is our inner child. It's being curious about everything. Even if you've seen it a million times, you're still curious about it. You still want to explore it. It could be the same type of flower on the same plant, but that one flower could look a little bit different than the other one, and you just explore all of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you look at one and they're similar, but they're not the same. So when you look at the other, look at the detail of the other one. It's like, huh, like, fingerprints. They're all, if you look at your fingerprints, they're all different. And then we're all different from everybody else. And so it diversity. We have the diversity, but we all operate similar. And so flowers are, we enjoy their beauty, we enjoy their scent. The bees enjoy them for pollinating, or the birds use them for food, right? So everything has its purpose, and it's such a blessing that we get this opportunity in this moment to experience any and all of it. And that curiosity. You ever cleaned your house and you have this mission, like, I'm going to clean this drawer, and that drawer could take you maybe 30 minutes to clean it, but because you found things that you haven't seen in a while and you just keep messing with it and going, oh yeah, and you're playing with it, right? And then 4 or 5 hours later, you still haven't cleaned the drawer. The curiosity and the playfulness and the fun. We've disconnected from genuine fun.
Yeah.
Not fun at the expense of others' mishaps. Fun, genuine playfulness,
Yeah.
right? I saw a post on social media of the merry-go-round. It's like the day of when parents didn't give a shit. That merry-go-round, that freaking thing would fling you off. You're holding on for dear life and fling you off. And we know what? It was fun. We had fun. We did it. We got sick. We got hurt. But in all of it, we learned.
Yeah. I
Either
built up a tolerance to it.
yeah, either hang on tighter, go slower, don't get on, whatever choice you wanted to have based on the experience you had, didn't matter. If you loved the adrenaline, then you got back on it every single time. If you didn't like getting sick, you didn't get on it. If you didn't like getting hurt, you didn't get on it, right? It was always a learning process just on a merry-go-round.
It's true.
Too fun.
Because I was gonna say, when I used to, we had the smaller ones, so they would spin faster, and we would hold on to the outside and let our legs we would just let them fly. And it's like it couldn't, go faster, go faster. Yeah, I was one of those kids. I don't think I've changed so much, though. We've talked about this a lot. So when you think about that, even like in a life aspect type of thing, it's like, so my foot's been bothering me. It's probably been, I think, 2 weeks now. And it's for me, it's baby steps. It's a learning thing, but it's like I was talking to my daughter about it. She's like, well, Mom, when you got sick before, it's because you want to like jump on this thing. So what's coming to my mind is like, I want to jump on this merry-go-round, and I'm going to fly around so fast and gather all this information as fast as I can. And then it's like my body can't keep up with it. I mean, could you see me now being flung around that merry-go-round? First of all, I would have probably thrown up, and I probably would have passed out and been thrown off of it. Because we used to do that too. We would let go, but it's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm out of practice with that kind of fast momentum.
Right. The
So
tuck
it's
and roll thing, not in the wheelhouse now, so I wouldn't.
yeah, but it's like the slow down the momentum. It's like you have such a desire, and it's like I want to go as fast as I can, and then I get frustrated when there's those slow down moments. And I'm recognizing that those slow down moments I'm integrating. You're integrating all this new information that you've gathered so that you can gain new information. And it's like this past week has been Well, actually, it's been the past few weeks, but it's been a lot more intense. Like I've been feeling like these energies coming in, or I refer to them as downloads, and because it just feels like you're like some energy is flowing into my body, and there's just been so much stuff, and then it's like there's been a few times where all of a sudden I feel kind of upset or angry, and I guess in a lot of ways that's just the way the body can process all this memory that we have in our cells, is to slowly release that stuff, and it's just to recognize it. I'm processing that as I'm saying it, because it's like I noticed that the more that if I internalize a lot of this stuff, which I have done in the past, and I don't seem to go through it as fast, recognize the gifts that it's bringing me, recognize what I'm learning from the whole situation. But when I start talking to people about it, or like we're having this conversation, or Freeman and I have these conversations, or a few other people that I talk with, then I'm like having these aha moments when I'm talking to the person, because I'm like, oh, well, that's why. That's why.
You're like, oh, I get it now. Now I
Yeah.
said it out loud.
But that's exactly it. Yeah. Well, and I'll say it out loud too. It's been pretty, I say crazy amazing, because I think it's the way this is supposed to be, and I think we are going through such a huge shift, really globally. It's not even, I could say,
So,
earthly. It's everything. So
yeah, this is going to be a wave that's going to be happening for a while.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah, we're at the beginning. We're just like on the surfboard, and we're just swimming out to this big huge wave. It's just building and building and building, but it's like, yeah. And all the while that you're still gaining all this information as it's building this momentum.
I noticed that there's a lot more people talking about intuition. A lot. Even
Ton.
multimillionaire, billionaire people who have been doing business for a while, who have been really in their masculine energy and ego side of running a business, are recognizing how important intuition is. And even so with social media, because there's so much false information that creates drama, and the drama is what we focus on. So the false information generates so quickly,
Mm-hmm.
right? And people are recognizing how important it is that their intuition is speaking to them, which is, collective consciousness or higher self, spirit. Like if you sit with a headline that triggers you in a moment, but if you sit with it and go, how does this feel? That you may get a sense of, this doesn't make sense, right? Let me read more. So then you start reading more, and then it becomes questionable, and you're just like, there's not enough information here to support what the headline is saying, or right. And so, or it just doesn't feel good to you in the sense that I just don't want to give my attention to this. But I am hearing more and more people use the term intuition to navigate their businesses. And so it's like, why wouldn't we just use that in general and help you navigate your life? So if you're doing something, it doesn't feel good, then that's navigating to something that does feel good, right? And it's using your body, your emotions, your thinking process, like all of it right here. This whole package right here is an amazing GPS system, and we ignore it. And so when your body's talking to you, like you're saying, your foot has been bothering you, that's something telling you that we need to look at something going on in your life that's coming up or being surfaced, to say, hey, you're still hanging on to this. Let's change the perception of it. Let's look at it differently, and let's move forward from there.
I feel like it can be that, but I also feel like it can be that I need to slow down, because for me, I want to keep going and going and going. I want to walk all over the property. I want to go look for rock. I want to do. And it's like, if I was doing, so Saturday, if I was doing, then I wouldn't have been able to feel all the energy that I was feeling coming in. I was feeling things so differently. I was sober. I wasn't taking anything, but it's like I felt a fly land on my arm, and I went to smack it off. And then I realized the energy that I felt on my energy felt bigger than what the fly was. And then I just stopped for a second, and I was like, wow. But for me, I want to do, like, I want to go to the gym. I want to lift. I want to go, I did some cleaning and stuff like that, but I limited my time and was icing for the rest of the day to slow down. Because that slow down time gives me, you hear that voice. I was listening to someone else or reading something that someone else posted. I saw it this morning, which I find it interesting. She was saying that the energies that are coming in right now might be affecting, you might notice your voice more. And your voice meaning your creativity, your writing, the voice sounds, the way it sounds, the way it vibrates. Everything might be changing. You might noticing a big difference because we are going through these such huge shifts right now. And I'm like, holy crap. Because I'm noticing a lot of this stuff. Like, I'm wanting to have a comment about stuff, and if I see a post now, it brings forward so much information that I just I'll text it to myself on my phone so that I have it for later. So it's like this, there's so much going on right now. If my foot was fine, I would have been at the gym. I would have been working in the yard or in the house. I would have been out looking for rocks, hiking. I would have been doing the whole time and not feeling or observing. And that's not, and it's, what I'm noticing is that makes me flipping crazy. Like I am so over this thing right now. Like, I want to go and do it. I want to go to the gym, and because I miss that. That's a release, but also, where do we start this conversation? The release is the meditation. It's not. Nothing has to do with the doing. But I'm trained. I have trained myself, or allowed myself to be trained. It's my choice. But that's how I've been able to release energies, or if I felt uncomfortable, or anything that's residual stuff that I feel, that would be my way of getting rid of it, not handling it, not seeing it. So here I am every week telling everyone, you need to look at your emotions and you need to feel them, and knock off. No, but that's how I feel like when I'm talking to myself about that, because that's what it feels like sometimes. But that's the truth. That if I want things to go, I'm giving advice that I wasn't prepared to listen to at the time. So it's funny because I noticed when I start getting a little sarcastic when I'm telling somebody something, I was like, oh shit, that was for me. It's for you too, but it was definitely for me. Like, I need to, not need, this is something for me to look at now. I'm ready to see this because I'm now hearing it, even coming from my own mouth.
Yep. I do that too. I'll be talking to a client or in even this or teaching, and I do my own eye roll because I'm like, ah, crap, right? That's for me. Jeez, oh, Pete, dang it. Damn it.
I've told myself 1,000 times already, and I'm just now hearing it.
And now I heard it again. And I still don't want to hear it. But also, I just want to hit that meditation is on that side of the feminine, of nurturing, of taking a step back, taking a breath, getting an overview of life, whatever meditation is for you. But meditation would be on the feminine side, feminine energy. And the doing is in the masculine energy. And so when you want to do, and then I get through excitement that we want to do things, and like where we're at, we have more of an excitement for life. So we want to go and experience all these things, or, do all these things. But the feminine energy is still saying, oh, hold on. We still got to sit back, take a breath. We got to take a bubble bath, or sit with nature, not be doing in nature, right? So and so that could be part of it. It's just a way of saying, when our feet hurt, we don't move as fast, or we don't move at all, like we sit. So it could be the message of, okay, you've been wanting to do and do and do and do, but you haven't been sitting. You haven't been breathing, consciously breathing. You haven't been focused right? Because if you think about it, like to go back to the children, curiosity, when we have curiosity, we're all over the place, right? Kids are like, and this, and then this, and then this. They're like almost like fleas, and I get tired watching them, but because they're all their energy is all over. Um, and so that's part of the excitement or part of the doing. But when we sit back and take a breath, I'm not, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but I'm not in walking and looking at all the rocks and like, oh my gosh, look at all this. No, when I'm sitting in meditation, I might look at one rock, like with you with that fly. I'm looking at one rock and I'm just looking at it and I'm with it and I'm checking it out, right? Looking at the patterns, looking at the cracks, looking at the surface, contemplating that rock's journey of how it got to where it is. And so that's just being right here, right now in the present. When you're doing, you're more of a kind of just go, go, go and look.
I agree. And of course, it's my right foot, so it is on the masculine side. My want to be doing, and then I haven't even looked it up yet in the book, but yesterday night, evening, it was late evening. I know that my eye kept bothering me, my left eye, so I haven't looked at it. So I've got a right foot thing like talking to me, and I've got a left eye like a sty, like a sty in the eye. So
isn't that funny that the feminine energy is up high and the masculine energy is down low? Feminine wants to be higher on the priority list right now.
mother,
She's like, sister, you're gonna listen to me here.
you don't want to see. I'm gonna poke you in the eye.
Poke you in the eye. That'll get your attention. You can't see.
So funny. It's funny.
It's so fun.
It is, but it is. It's not to take it seriously. It's just a like playing the whisper game, and your body's whispering and talking to you.
So I just want to hit upon, because not not all the listeners are in a space of where they can laugh about their physical problems, and that's cool.
True.
I get it. So
Yeah.
I just want to hit upon Bev could be playing the empathy game of needing everybody's attention because her foot hurts. Oh, my foot hurts, and na. And then people say, oh, I'm so sorry it hurts. Are you okay? Right. And that's an attention getter. I'm getting the attention and love I needed that I didn't get as a little girl. Same thing with her eye. Oh my God, look at my eye. And we go into the drama side, not the learning side. We go into the drama that look at my eye. Oh my gosh, don't look at my eye. It looks horrible. And getting the attention and love that we needed as little girls. And now, so when you're in that space of telling people about your problems because you're getting something from the experience, if you're getting or feeling like you're getting attention, it's the little girl saying, or little boy saying, I'm getting the attention that I needed that I didn't get when I was little. And I call that the victim side. The student side is maybe not on a high of a, I don't mean to say that Bev and I are higher or above you, but being a student. So maybe you're in kindergarten or primary school with your learning about this, and you're still not at a point where you can laugh at whatever physical manifestations happen. If you keep practicing, you will, because yeah, is it uncomfortable? I'm sure Bev's foot is very uncomfortable and she's not happy about it, but the way it manifested in her body is what she's laughing about, or what we're laughing about, because of the way our energy is. And so with practice, you'll get there. Are there more serious issues physically? Yes, and I get that. And you probably may not be in a space for a very long time to laugh about it because you're in too much pain. I get that. Um, but at least be in a learning state of manifesting these things in your body. I just want to hit on that. So
Awesome. But it's true. Because it is a learning. And yeah, it does have its sucky moments for sure. But for me, it's just like, I gotta look at that too. Why am I responding this way? It's my foot. And why am I, why it kind of pisses me off actually. So it's like that's part of me that's irritating me.
well, it's
So
masculine energy because you want to go and the body's like, ah,
yeah,
we need to pull back a little bit, right?
yeah,
You're not meditating, you're not journaling, you're not reading, you're not whatever you're not doing. The feminine energy saying, uh, we got to take a step back here, sister, for a moment. And it's a moment in time. It's not
it really is.
like you got to do it for 8 hours in a day. It's just a moment in time. I'm going to sit here and breathe for 2 minutes. 2 minutes to do something beneficial for your body. I don't know. You really want to do that? Do something beneficial for your body for 2 minutes?
Love
Probably.
your body. Give yourself attention. And it's like, also, it's like when you're in that victim mode, as you were talking, you're receiving something outside of yourself. So recognizing that you're receiving something outside of yourself, it's not something that came from within. Because if it came from within, it has longevity. You can feel it. It's not something that can be taken away from you. It's not something that someone else has power over or control of. None of that stuff. And that means that we're giving away our power and our control when we think that somebody else has that kind of power or control to make us happy or control our moods or any of that stuff. It's totally an inside job. It's totally on ourselves. So my foot hurting, another aspect of it is giving myself attention. Another aspect of it is, you know, when I have been sitting, I didn't do it yesterday, but I have been sitting and massaging it and then telling it how much I appreciate it and how it moves and how everything moves together, and I never even have to think about it. So it's like there's so many different aspects, but I'm still doing what I'm doing, when I'm doing that, but it's in a different, the energy is different because I'm giving back to myself.
Good. That's all I got to say. Good. Good for you.
Good. Do it up.
So I haven't looked it up, but I got a bug bite on my toe. So there you go. On my right side, my masculine side. And you know what? So now I think about it, I haven't even looked it up, but processing out loud. This was last week. Processing out loud, it would be for me having too much to do was my story.
Okay.
I got too much to do. I gotta get this done. I gotta get that done. Oh my gosh. And going into that spin of overwhelm. And so the frustration, there could be some frustration in that of having too much to do. And so, bam, you get a bite or sting on my toe, and that gets my attention, and it's on the masculine side. And it's not like my whole foot is hurting, it's just this little spot that's got some irritation, right? And gets my attention on the masculine side, on the foot of moving forward and doing well. There's too
Yeah.
much to do, so we'll get your attention with that. And since we have your attention with that, you're going to slow down a little bit, right? Because I can't do if I'm giving something else my attention.
Yeah.
And so that's just a little way and things that could show up. Being in the overwhelm, like it could have been way worse. Because if I stay in the, so this is interesting with energy and thoughts and emotions and physical manifestations, is like I recognize I'm going into an overwhelmed state of mind with the stuff I have to do. But then I take a breath and go, wait a minute, you have help, you have people you can ask help from. You have the universe, things can, right? And I start telling a different story, and then I'm okay for a little bit, and then I go back into that going into, when I gotta take a breath and step back, right? So I'm playing that push pull.
Gotcha.
So that too much to do, overwhelmed state could have showed up with a broken leg,
Oh yeah.
could have showed up with back issues, right? And then if I'm bedridden, then I can't do anything. I'm just going to sit there and lay there. But what I would probably do is in my head think, oh my gosh, I got all this stuff to do. And I would stay in a spin cycle because things aren't getting done. And you know what? I had these things. So I was going into the spin of overwhelm with everything that needed to get done, because getting the website set up, getting classes set up, the dates, having the right, and having time frame between each event, and all this stuff going on, and in the like calculation of how things are laid out. Then the time was getting close and things weren't flowing very well. And so I started telling myself some stories, and I was like, stop. What is the worst thing that could happen? I changed the dates and we're going to be okay, right? Like, just because it says it's starting on this day doesn't mean I can't change it to a week later. It's still going to happen. And the people that are supposed to show up will show up. It's okay, right? So it's having that mindset that it's okay. It's okay. I don't have to go into overwhelm. I don't have to go into spin. I don't have to go into the not good enough stories, because that's what it's going to feed, is I'm not good enough at this. And why am I doing this? And I'm still not getting it as being a teacher or a coach, or right? Zzz, craziness.
Yep. You don't have to be a Wonder Woman and please everybody, and it'll all work out fine. One of the things that kind of pops up for me too is it's like that's on the masculine side. So was there a masculine energy that got under your skin? Because a bite is underneath the, you're receiving that under the skin, an irritation, mild. So it's like also that, and it's like as we're talking, it's like I recognize too. There's so much more too. I mean, we've got our book. If you did you look up your left big toe? You said you haven't looked it up yet?
No, I haven't looked at that.
Are you right? Your right big toe?
Right toe. Right toe. No,
Right.
Where do they say that at? Is it Scotland or England? Right toe.
It says confused direction in life, asking yourself, where am I going? Feeling stuck, fearful of moving forward, dragging outdated beliefs about life, money, and security from the past, inability to express yourself clearly. On the physical level, problems with the throat, thyroid, neck, jaw, teeth, gums, and tongue.
That's a big toe. It was on the second toe.
Oh, on the second one?
So worries and feelings of inferiority and insecurity, difficulty belonging to a group or to a cause, judging yourself and others, watching your step, feeling second best, not knowing who to trust or who to listen to. On the physical level, problems with the lungs, heart, breast, thymus gland, and shoulders. Yeah, some of that applies, just saying.
Yeah. Just even what you were talking about before, some of the stuff.
So just so you know, we're reading out of the secret.
But that's just that's the whole.
Just showing what we're reading out of.
That's the whole growth thing. That's being able to recognize. And sometimes, like I've told clients, sometimes I've looked at this and I'm like, that doesn't apply to me. And then looked at it again later on and recognized it applies to me.
It does. Yeah, it does. So judging myself, I already said it, like judging myself, I'm not going to get this right. Nothing, it's not flowing right, correctly. Think that we still get roadblocks. Like even today, you said, can I still sign up? I'm like, well, not technically, but yes. Right? It's because I got to go in and fix something. Trial and error. It's okay. But, you start to judge or compare myself to other people. Like, people have been doing this online virtual world for years and I'm just starting. I can't compare myself to them. It's like, I gotta be where I'm at and learn from a space of where I'm at. It's no different than learning about the law of attraction, or learning about energy, or learning Reiki, or learning um, to tap into my intuitive gifts. I have to be with where I'm at with myself right here, right now, and grow from this spot.
Well, and besides that, the teaching isn't about you doing everything perfectly. The teaching is about you having these experiences because we recognize these experiences within ourselves, and not judging ourselves for it, and being easy with ourselves about it. Like, it's not a big deal. Shit happens. It's no big deal.
All the
It
time.
really isn't.
Well,
All the time. And I'm sure even for these people that have been doing it forever, there's days it just happens. But to me, if you cover that up and you hide it, then you're not being vulnerable, you're not showing the truth, you're not showing that, hey, some days it's like this. Because to me, I learned so much about that kind of stuff. When I've seen someone cry that I never even had seen cry before, it's like it gave me permission. Like, I don't have to, why have I been holding this back my whole life? To see somebody dance, which I still haven't gotten into the whole dancing thing right yet, but to see, I don't care who you are, what size you are, anything. When someone can totally bust the move and not care about what anybody else is thinking, that is like the most amazing thing to me. Is that something that I haven't done? I don't, there is still that, probably the same thing that with your stuff. It's still a fear of being seen. What if I'm doing something silly and they're going to make fun of me and they're not going to like me anymore? And it's like all that stuff. And it's funny going back to the kids, because when you're with the kids, I'll be freaking silly. Like, we can roll around on the floor. I don't care. We can do all kinds of noises and just be silly. And that's where, going back to the inner child thing, recognizing that and just playing with that, not caring about what you're doing, not caring who sees you, not being fearful that you're going to do something wrong or you're going to be judged. It's like, it's so many things of just letting go of all of that. And that's what my grandchildren helped me to just be.
that's all children do too, is they be.
They be.
If if they're hungry, they let you know. If they're tired, they let you know. If they have a dirty diaper, they let you know. If
They do.
they're content, they lay there. I'm talking about baby, right? They'll just lay there and look
Oh,
around,
yeah, true.
right? If they're uncomfortable, they let you know. And then once it's past, and then they're on to the next thing. So I heard a teacher, a business teacher, share this information, and I just thought, I love the way he taught it. It was great. He said, if you look at your life and you recognize how many people in your life you've given attention to for judgment. Okay. Now keep in mind that most of us are worried about ourselves, about what people are judging me for, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm worried about Bev judging me for whatever I'm going to say. But at the same time, Bev's sitting there and she's like, oh, I wonder what Amie's judging me for whatever I say. So we're both creating these stories in our heads about each other, and neither one of us are judging each other, right? So
Exactly.
it was on rejection, and the rejection, how many people in your life actually like rejected you? And he said, on an average, in a group of 1,000 people, like seven is the average number of people that have rejected you in your life. Okay. And then he says, okay, so based on the average of 7 people, could be 5, could be 3, whatever, based on the people in your life that rejected you, you're living your life in the fear of rejection. Based now, if you look at it the opposite way, you're looking at an average of 7 people in your life that rejected you. Okay. how, if you look at your life and how many people you've interacted with, would you say that 100 people have been accepting of you? Or 1,000 people have been, like your entire life, the interactions you've had, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, right? At our age, there's multiple thousands of people that have accepted us and enjoyed our company. And so we're living our life based on the average seven people that rejected us instead of the thousands of people who accepted us.
Isn't that crazy?
It's insane. And here I am going, oh my gosh, I'm not getting this right. My class, you can't sign up, but I still want people to be able to sign up because it's free and it's replays and I'm not getting it right. And they're probably judging me because I'm not getting this right. And they're probably, frustrated because they can't sign up and they want to sign up. Like I'm in this space of overwhelm and judgment and rejection and criticism, right? And it's like, that's a handful of people, even in this experience. And it's a story I'm creating that's probably not even true. They're probably just like, oh, I can't sign up. Well, okay, what's next? And if people know me and they know how to contact me and they're like, hey, I've been trying to sign up for your meditation thing and it's not going through, won't let me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's fix this. Right? So it's like, people who really want to sign up for something, they're going to reach out. People who don't, they're just going to be, okay, well, this isn't working, can't sign up, it's over, next. So, but in my head, I've created this big, huge story based on little amounts of people,
Yeah.
small amount of people.
When you said all that stuff, it like totally resonated with me. I was like, oh my God, like totally.
And you know what? If you don't like the fact that you can't sign up for something that's free, and you're going to give up on it and you're frustrated with me over it, then we probably weren't meant to be together in this anyway.
And the thing is, it's like they're not frustrated with you because that's their story, that's their stuff.
Right.
And that just means to me that they're not ready to be on that vibration yet because they haven't. I mean, I've been there. When you're not ready to be in that other vibration, you're not a match. You're not a match. You could change it really quick, but there has to be an awareness. I feel like there has to be an awareness, or it just happens to catch you when you're in a good mood where you're matching up with that energy.
But it's just interesting. I just brought that up because it's interesting based on our programming of our upbringing, that how we're living our lives based on the information that we've stored.
Yeah.
It is so crazy.
That's why the deprogramming, like asking questions, I've been asking questions that I want to be deprogrammed. And when I say that, it's like, I no longer desire to have any of the information that was downloaded to me. I had all the information I needed when I came here. I had everything that I needed, my template, my whole map of how I was going to live my life, exactly what gift I was going to be to those, for myself and for those around me. I knew exactly. So deprogramming to me is removing all those things that we've learned along the way. And that's why it's so important that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. There is no, you quit learning because you chose to quit learning. And I want to learn new stuff, and I'm open to it, open to receiving that information. Not always. Sometimes I have my blocks. Sometimes I get in the way of myself, but it's like, I would say more times than not, I'm aware. And if I'm not aware right that moment, maybe I've asked more questions and I have a stronger desire. So then it brings it to, or it gets louder into my face. And sometimes, like I said, it's me getting louder when I'm saying, like talking louder to somebody else and like, listen. And it's like, there was a mirror in front of me. It would be me saying it to myself, listen, I've got good information for you. You've been asking for this. You've been looking for this. It's right here.
And here we are. And that goes back around to listen may mean meditation.
I know, it's so crazy. but it's been showing up for me. It's been showing up for me. And then it's like, I saw your post. I mean, I think I saw it. And I might have shared it. I might have loved it. I don't even remember what I did, because I usually put hearts on almost everything I see anyways. But it's like, and I never even put two and two together, but it was something. It's so funny that we had to have this conversation today for me to be like, oh yeah, yeah, I could totally do that. Because I've been doing it. If I wake up in the middle of the night, that's my opportunity. When I go to sleep at night, that's my opportunity. Like, I pick up on the weirdest things sometimes, and that to me is like, that's the fun. This is my joyride. But it's also doing it in the daytime. And that's one thing where I lack that practice, is doing it. I'll do it when I wake up first thing in the morning, and I'll lay back down. Sometimes I'll go back to sleep in the process of it, but it's like doing it in the middle of the daytime. For me, I would recognize, and that's recognizing how you feel. So if you start feeling drained, or your mood shifts, because this is what I've noticed in myself, and it's like, that's probably the perfect time. I guess I'm kind of stating it and asking at the same time. It's probably the perfect time for me to take that time to go meditate for 5 to 25 minutes or something like that. Just take, and I mean, it can be done in so many different ways, but I think that's the time. It's like letting me know when I start getting cranky pants, or which could be a lack of food, a lack of lack of water. It could be a million things, but you won't know. I guess I wouldn't know exactly what I needed at that time, because I'm not taking that time for myself when I feel like that.
And that, my friends, is what we do. So take the information that we've shared today and implement something. That's the key. Is just implement at least one thing into your life. Practice it until it becomes a habit, and then it's just automatic. And then implement something else. And just know, this is something I had to come to terms with, that I too, at a point in my life, and every once in a while now it still happens, is that I will overwhelm myself with information coming in. And I feel like I'm not soaking it up fast enough, or I got to sign up for all that free stuff out there. And then I'm just too much, even with the schedule of what I have to do on a daily basis. It gets to be just way too much. And it's okay, because what you need to hear right now, so if you're listening to this video, you're receiving what you need to hear in this moment, and that it's where you're at right now, and you're going to receive what is going to be beneficial for you right now. You're not going to be able to take in everything we've talked about in this past hour. Something's going to get your attention. You go, oh yeah, that's really important to me. Implement whatever you learned from us, or any other teacher that you've learned something in the moment. Implement something that feels good to you, that's going to help you grow and learn. And then you could come back to this video or any of our other videos, or a book that you could read 50 times. Every time you listen or read, you're going to get something else out of it, because of the space you're in. So we bring this information each week, and just in the hope that you will implement something that's going to help your life be more joyful, feel a little better, get you into contentment, whatever that might be for you, from the space of your life circumstances that may have kept you in a victim state. We're just wanting to help pull you up out of that. So implementation is key. Do something, and do it now. Implement it now.
Exactly.
So thank you, Ms. Bev, for all of your words of wisdom today. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the growth that we get from coming together every week, and that we're sharing the information with everybody else.
Thank you. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you. Anybody that takes the time to listen, pick up whatever you resonate with, and have a joyous week.
Right.
Right.
And so there you have it. Tea time with Amie and Bev. And leave questions or comments for us. We'll respond. You can connect with us on Facebook on Amie and Bev, our business page. We also have a group, Amie and Bev Community. You can email us, amieandbev@gmail.com. there seems to be a pattern here. Amie and Bev are awesome. So anyway, we're a team.
Thank you. We are.
Tea time team.
That's right.
All right, my friends, have a fantastic week and we'll see you next time.
Bye.